$10,000. That's how much you should have walked away with last month. The only thing you were missing was the right information. In fact, everyday people that are less qualified than you are closing on $10,000 to $30,000 checks like these every month. But what if I told you none of them were calling Zillow or Facebook listings? My name is Roy Gonzalez. I'm a 22-year-old real estate investor and entrepreneur. Last year, my wholesale company generated over $350,000 profit. And I've also coached hundreds of people just like you and showed them how to build a real estate business that brings true freedom. Now, if you're a wholesaler that already makes over $10,000 a month, you already know that calling Zillow agents is a waste of time. But if you're a beginner, you probably just called a Zillow listing last week and you're just confused on why it's not working. Now, by the end of this video, I can guarantee you, you will never call another Zillow lead ever again, and you will no longer waste time with agents who don't even want to talk to you. Instead, you're gonna learn the correct information to close your first $10,000 wholesale deal, how to consistently reach motivated sellers that are ready to sell their home, and action steps for you to get started today. Now, there are two types of leads: on-market and off-market leads. On-market leads are listed publicly by either the agent or the homeowner. These are listed on platforms such as Zillow, Redfin, or Facebook Marketplace. Off-market properties are deals that sell privately, so no one knows that this property is actually for sale. The entire transaction is between you and the seller. And these leads are typically generated by the seller coming to you or you going directly to the seller. Now, I'm assuming if you're watching this in 2025, your goal this year is $100,000, which is pretty easy. Honestly, that's one deal every 30 days. But to make this even easier, we need a really good marketing strategy. Here are the 4 elements of a really good marketing strategy. The first one is seller motivation. Now, a lot of people think they have motivated leads, but I want you to really think, what is true motivation? These are people going through pain and going through some type of distress with their property. They need to sell their property quick, fast, and for cash. These are not people just looking to see how much you'll give them for their property or just entertaining whatever offer you throw at them. We are looking for people that are in a deep desire. So our marketing strategy needs to bring sellers that are very motivated. Second is going to be lead volume. Wholesale is a numbers game. Whoever can talk to the most people is going to get the most leads. Whoever can get the most leads is going to make the most offers. The most offers gets the most contracts. The most contracts makes the most money. This entire industry is just momentum and numbers. So whoever can generate the most leads can produce the most volume. This guy is going to crush all of his competition. So a really good marketing strategy produces lead volume, deal size, and profit spread. Now, this is going to also come with the first one, which is seller motivation. The deeper desire they're in, the bigger the check you can walk away with. But we need to be able to talk to people who are willing to let us get a huge spread. There's a lot of wholesalers out there that walk away with $2,000 to $5,000 checks. Well, that's not going to pay the bills for us. We need $10,000 to $20,000 every single month. So a really good marketing strategy is going to bring us leads that give us the spread to make multiple 5 figures on one deal. And then number 4 is going to be deal challenges. We want to be able to go from point A, which is the start of the sale, to point B, which is the end of the sale, with as little friction as possible. Now that we understand the elements of a good marketing strategy, we're going to use them to compare on-market strategies such as Zillow listings versus off-market strategies such as my digital real estate system. Starting with seller motivation. Now, for on-market properties, these sellers just want a high price. They have no other motivation but I want the highest price, which is why they put it on the market. They are trusting everything that the agent says, and typically agents are liars. So even if they are a little bit motivated, the agent is still persuading them to go a different direction to benefit the agent. And it does benefit the seller, but mainly benefit the agent. And they're not in a rush to sell. If they wanted to sell fast, they wouldn't have gone with an agent. Typically in any market, the minimum days to get a property sold is 40 to 70 days. The price is inflated, right? So the agent's gonna say, hey, your property's worth this much, and it's really not. You've talked to the agents already. You know that the agents are lying to these sellers and then just selling them a dream, and their property actually isn't worth that much. The only benefit to on markets is is the sellers actually do want to sell their property, right? So that's the benefit. Now for my off-market strategy, these sellers are in distress and they cannot afford wasting time putting it on the market. They need to sell this property ASAP, like yesterday. These properties are in too bad of a condition where they can't even list it with a realtor. Realtors want nice, shiny properties. They don't want to list some ugly trap house. They want to make more money. So agents usually turn their back to properties like this. They need to sell ASAP depending on their situation. Now you're going to come across a lot of different situations when you're off market: divorces, bankruptcy, pre-foreclosures, code violations. But depending on their motivation and their situation, they might want to just say, hey, take my property, please. I need to get this sold by the end of the week. And one of my favorite parts about the motivation is you're talking to them directly. So you can dig deep on the motivation and build a relationship with these sellers. Now they trust you over anyone else, including an agent. Moving on to lead volume. On market strategies is just way too slow. Like you're basically just pulling teeth and nails to try to do this. You can max out at maybe 10 to 40 leads a day, but it's just way too slow. You're wasting time dialing the leads yourself. You're pulling out your phone and going doop, 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 typing in a phone number just to hear a voicemail. Well, why might you say that? Because my next one is most of the time, real estate agents don't even answer the phone. Their prime source of income is answering the phone and they just don't do it. And to end it off, it's unpredictable. You're waiting for leads to pop up. You have no control of the business. You're sitting there scrolling the market, hoping to find a lead that's in distress. Now, if we go to our off-market strategy, we're able to contact hundreds of sellers within 1 hour. Well, how do we do this? The auto dialer makes all of these calls for you. You just sit back and let the leads come to you. So whenever we're going off market, we use an auto dialer. This auto dialer can call hundreds of sellers within an hour, basically just blowing your competition out the water. And because you can actually pull the data and throw it into your dialer, you're in control of how many leads you contact in one day. If you want to contact 100, 200, 300, it's up to you, but you take back control of the business. Moving on to deal size and profit spread. Now, for our on-market strategies, there are way too many people on the deal where it's just hard to make profit. The agents on the deal, the sellers on the deal, the broker that the agent's attached to is on the deal, and the buyer's profit is also on the deal. So basically, it's just hard for anyone to make any real money. Second, it's pretty hard to negotiate the price. Because the property is public, the seller has other options at all times. So if you come in at 70, somebody's going to come in at 75, which is going to force your hand to go up to 80, 85. And guess what? In real estate, whoever pays the most loses. And then number 3, kind of just piggybacking off the last point, it's hard to negotiate the price, part 2, because the agent's job is to get the highest amount possible, not the fair amount, the highest amount. On our off-market strategies, way bigger spreads because you can actually talk the seller down on a lower price using a remote sales process. The only people that are on the deal is you, the seller, and the buyer. So you have a lot of spread for everyone to make money. If you establish a relationship right, the seller is convinced that everything that you say is the truth because you're the professional. They're not hearing a whole bunch of outside chatter. And then you're the direct contact with the seller, which makes this 100 times easier to connect with the seller, bring them down in price, and then walk away with the bigger assignment fee. And to end it off, this is a hefty one, but deal challenges. On markets, oh my gosh, I couldn't tell you how many challenges you are going to come across. You're never going to get the direct contact to the seller. So you're always talking to this brick wall that can ruin the deal at just any point. Second, agents are petty. They ignore calls and will purposely make sure you don't get an offer if you rub them the wrong way. Third, agents don't like wholesalers. We make more money than them. I would hate us too. Number 4, you have to wire an earnest money deposit of $1,000 to even get the contract. Meaning if you don't find a buyer, you just lost $1,000. Number 5, agents are so by the book that it makes the entire journey just more complicated. It's like working with the Karen the entire time. Number 6, it's hard to get your buyers in the property. It's hard to get them access because they have to go through the agent. The agent has to let them in, unlock the lockbox, all types of things. Just access is super hard to get the deal sold. Number 7, your buyer can just go behind your back. You don't provide any value. It's on the market. So why would the buyer pay you an extra $10,000 if they can go directly to the agent and just pay the same amount that you got it for. Now, let's take a look at what off markets are like. You're direct to the seller, so you can get information about the property and the contract signed way quicker. Again, when you're direct to the seller, they will always answer the phone because they are in need of selling quickly. Most sellers are really not petty. Homeowners don't even know what a wholesaler is. They just want their money. Zero earnest money. You do not have to spend a dime out of your pocket to close on a deal. Don't let anyone tell you that you have to put down earnest money. That is a complete myth. You can make the entire process go by faster by avoiding having to talk to an agent. Now, because you're direct to the seller trusts you, so they might just give you the key to walk the property anytime you want. This is easy access for our buyers to walk the property at any time. You have the exclusive right to sell the property, so no one else can go behind your back to steal it. This way, you actually provide value, because the only way the buyer can even get the property is by going to you. By now, even a third grader can understand trying to make $10,000 a month by calling on-market properties listed on Zillow is like digging a hole with a spoon. You look stupid. Don't look stupid. And trying to build a six-figure real estate business without any guidance is like building a Lego set without the manual. You know that little manual? You just throw it out the window and you just start putting pieces together. You look stupid. Again, stop looking stupid. But in all seriousness, I genuinely want to help you. Let me show you how you can actually change your life with this industry. I'm not here to sell you some course. I just actually want to help. I'm looking for 5 people that I can take under my wing this month and help them close their first $10,000 deal within the next 30 days. You'll be working with me directly one-on-one every week, looking over my shoulder and copying everything that I do to close $30,000 every single month within my wholesale business. I am letting you steal the exact system that has changed my life and took me over 4 years to even design. All you have to do is execute. I'll do the rest. Now, this is not for everyone. I have some requirements that I just wrote down. You need more than 2 brain cells. I don't work with dummies. Give me a headache. You need to be above the age of 18. You need a laptop or computer. You need a phone, and you need to have at least $2,000 to $3,000 in capital that you're willing to invest in getting off-market leads. If this sounds like you're a good fit, go to the first link in the description and book a one-on-one call with me and my team. And on this call, I am not trying to sell you anything. Like I said, I genuinely just want to help you. So we're going to sit down. We're going to understand your situation, understand where you're trying to go or what you're trying to run away from, and create a 30-day game plan to help you start and scale your wholesale business, whether you work with us or not. And for the people who already have an existing wholesale business, we're basically going to come in, break down what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong to help you scale and get to that next level. So only to the people that are ready to take their wholesale business serious this year and provide for the people that they love, go ahead and book a call in the first link in the description. I'll talk to you soon. But if you just need help talking to sellers and you just don't know what to say on the phone, this is a live call that I did to make $15,000. So click on that video. Subscribe for more value. I'll see y'all in the next video.